Welcome to Synchronicity. If all goes according to plan, this should be Monday. I'm sticking to a schedule because I feel that it's important. Consistency, the cornerstone of any worthy endeavor. Is that true? That sounds like something that should be true. I'm going to go with it. That is true when it needs to be. Sometimes though, like shit just like it comes out of nowhere. There's almost seemingly no consistency and it still just happens. That also exists. But consistency seems to be like a good thing, right? We generally like consistency, at least if it doesn't become so consistent that it becomes overly familiar. No one likes that. That's borderline creepy. Anyway, we're going to do energy preview today. I said last month we would be gating those. This is a little teaser. I'm thinking next month, though, we will put those on Patreon exclusively. I just feel like probably let's just get this one out there. Still pretty nutso energy. All I can say is my personal challenge over the past 2 months, man, you got kids in school right now. Are you just like always sick? What the fuck is these viruses? However we believe it to be true. I got to get to the point where I just know like this has nothing to do with it. You just got to figure out how to be like optimally healthy. It's not really about the viruses going around in the school. It's tough, right? Pandemic level tough. Whatever. It's definitely, it's what you believe at the end of the day. But objectively, dealing with just having a chronic cold, it's not fun. And you see it move through the family. That's what's so convincing. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, it demons? Is them dead demons passing through our body? I don't know. Got some feedback on the Hitler making dope beats. For the record, do I think Hitler, he was a failed artist. That there's obviously, you would think, a link between the quality of your art and what you would then choose to go on to like a wildly genocidal rampage. However, eventually, right, on the novelty curve, eventually we should have someone who's just wildly and violently racist and sexist and misogynistic and just terrible, make good art. That's going to be a doozy. How are you going to deal with that one? Subjective, right? As good as a subjective enough for enough people. But when does it not be subjective? I don't know. These are the margins. We're trying to explore. I don't really give a shit. I thought it was a good analogy. Everything's a metaphor. We can't really communicate fully in words what transcendent states are like, right? Literally, by definition, they're transcendent. So we have to figure out some way to kind of paint pictures, word pictures of what those would be, hence the metaphors of what's going on. Let's, before we jump into the energy review, talk about a pretty potent one as it pertains to the imaginal act or any act of manifestation, which can be trusted too, can also be trusted. But did I say trusted instead of tested? Yes, I did. Also trusted and trusted. Basically, try this one on for size. Is that a way? Put this in your pipe and smoke it. We'll go with producer, writer, director, actor. I had to think about it. I was like, hey, what was it? This is a good way of looking at the act of manifestation for creating a scene that implies what you want to be true is true. Also, just watching what you think about yourself. If you're constantly implying or you have like negative self-talk about what's going on, the state of consciousness you're in. I'm guilty of this, especially with the health stuff. Like, I'm sick. I don't feel well. This feels wrong. And I don't mean to say that as like, if you're actually going through a medical issue, it's trying to tell you something. It doesn't diminish the physical symptoms of what you're going on. I would want no one to deny. I would be upset if someone denied that I had these symptoms. However, could be something else going on. But if you can constantly like truly reaffirm to yourself, there's no shame in not being or feeling like it's that you're not in the state you want to be in, right? That's not the point. The point is if you notice you're not in that state, don't react negatively to that. Just go back to the gentle suggestion. It's like your mental diet, right? What you feed yourself, you will ultimately express. So catch yourself if you're thinking negative thoughts or something that doesn't align with what you truly want. Catch yourself. Try to see if you can play around with that. At the end of the day, it's a lot of thoughts and ideas and consciousness kind of self-reflecting on itself, but we get better at that process and begin to steer the ship a little bit. It's not so bad, I promise. All right. So in terms of the producer, writer, director, actor, how that pertains to a scene, right? Production, you have to conceive of the thing, right? Conceive of the idea that someone will then go take and, or someone comes to you, you produce this, will you make this happen? What's the idea behind this? What's the goal? What are you trying to make people feel? Or you're trying to make a lot of money with this idea? Whatever it is, have that in mind. Then you take it to a writer and you say, writer, I am no good at writing. This is not my part of the job. But what I need you to do is write. Can you write like a scene for me about what's actually going on here? Like, what does it involve? Like, what are the elements? What's the climate? What's the tone? Write that out in your language all good like. Do that for me. Got it. Boom. Writer does that. Goes to the director, says, director, listen, we got to go over this. Let's go over it. Let's make sure this looks right. Can you really nail what we're trying to do here? Can you frame it in such a way that it feels like it's speaking to the audience, that they understand what's going on? Can you take this and make it something that cohesive and clear and go over it until you really feel like you've done something that actually adds it? Now, we could add in an editing component. We'll skip that for now. We'll go to the actor part. Then you need someone to play the parts, actually be the talent per se, and go and act out exactly what's going to go on. So obviously in the act of imagination and manifestation here, you are going to need to play all of those roles at one time or the other, but you can split your kind of consciousness into those jobs and recognize all you're doing is creating a scene, playing it out, rehearsing it, playing it out, and then sleeping. That's basically it. Drifting off to sleep is a pretty good way of doing this. That's why in any state, you should be able to do this. We tend to go to sleep at some point. Even if you're on a 5-day meth-addled binge, calm her down. Time to go to sleep. But assuming you're not, you probably go to sleep every night. That's a good thing. Use it. And if you're not going to sleep every night and you want to go to sleep every night, I think you know what to do. Okay. We're going to go into November. Any questions, you can send them in. The Discord's good. Crypto, I feel like I made a tweet which is semi-facetious, semi just covering my ass. I said within 18 months, we should be back to crazy fun times. It just feels accurate. It could be sooner than that. It's got a little more energy behind it, certain areas, but it does feel like just PvP, like we're playing against each other for most of the time right here. Doge is pumping. Elon bought Twitter. I wonder what most people think if I'm an Elon guy or not. I'm neither an Elon guy or not an Elon guy. I think in the past I've been a not Elon guy. Trying to just watch him like a curiosity. He's an interesting character. You say what you want. He didn't start these businesses. His desire for attention may be uncouth for a billionaire, but who does know how to get the attention of things. I guess if that's his goal, you got to give people credit. Even Kanye, if that's his goal, seems like not maybe the best goal. Just to, always seek attention, but you never know. It's not the worst thing, I guess. There are worse things than that. Can we agree? Murder, that's worse. I tried to watch The Watcher, which was highly recommended on Netflix. That show sucks. Sorry. I feel like if we are at the point where that's the show that people are watching and saying is good, I love all of those actors, by the way. Literally no good. My opinion, 2 out of 5 stars. If that. Turned it off 2/3 into the first episode. If it gets better, oh well. I famously did that with Game of Thrones. Tried to get through it 3 times, then couldn't. Now I love it. But I don't see that happening for this. But anyway, it's something people recommend. Haven't seen the Dahmer stuff. Not ready for the serial killer murder, porn yet. We'll get there. It all cycles around. Crime, investigation. We love it. All right, let's go. Celtic Cross for November. We're going to get this done now. Ooh, first card, current state, where we're at, the star, right? So this not only implies it's one of the luminaries in the tarot, not only implies ascension, kind of from a spiritual and a creative sense, but also the balance that's required to get there, right? With one knee firmly planted on the ground and 1 foot atop the water, we have this merging of being grounded and kind of the intuitive flow, the waviness of water, right? So we're talking unconscious, conscious stability that allows us to ascend as the star. That's pretty dope. That's cool. That's current. That feels also like kind of like the gem inside of like a turbulent period of time. If you are perhaps going through that. If you're totally fucking nailing it right now, go you. You rule. Challenge. Oh, geez Louise. Could it be more classic? 5 of Pentacles, right? Classic kind of like known as the poverty card. Sean from Very Ape podcast had my favorite take on it. He likes the 5 of Pentacles because the two people are helping each other, which I never really saw in this card, but it's such a optimistic viewpoint. I love it. But you are outside kind of the cathedral. It's snowing. You got some broken limbs. You poor. You're distressed. You look like a refugee. It's kind of that mindset. So the challenge is like, how do we get to this star ascension? Feeling good, feeling great. I'm in flow. I'm the best. This is fun. I'm helping. That type of mood, while also dealing with kind of these restrictive issues of lack, not having, not wanting. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? I bet it does. Not everyone gets to stay on the ride. Well, they do if they want to, but like, we're doing this for a reason. Past card. 8 of Pentacles, right? Apprenticeship, working, kind of grounding material, laying the stones, getting good at something, learning the skill of something and then how to apply it, hopefully in the future, but still very much kind of like fixing your desires to the plane of existence. Makes sense to me. Adding up. Future. 3 of Pentacles. How many Pentacles? Got a lot of material reality stuff. That's cool. I'm into that. 3 of Pentacles is like collaborative effort. It also implies not a stage of mastery necessarily, but still kind of that as one doing the work. You're not necessarily the wealthy person making the thing. You are in some sense, but you are also literally working with other people, right? Tend to look at the figure on the left, the one still actually putting up the stones on the cathedral, getting work from the person who's created it, going back to like the producer, writer, director, actor thing, right? This is the person actually acting it out, doing the work. So you're there. It's also very collaborative effort. So in the future, you would expect to see that, especially in terms of realms of kind of like achievement, growth, abundance. Excuse me. That's cool. Conscious mind, the world reversed. Things feeling a little... Did I say things? My 6-year-old, trying to get him to do that. TH sound. Thatched. A lot of duh. But the world, upsy downsy, little flippy floppy, feel familiar? I bet it does. Conscious mind, definitely focus on that. How kind of unbalanced, not even necessarily unbalanced, just like how topsy-turvy. Ever do like a bunch of nitrous? Where's the world at there visually? How you feeling? Like that. If you haven't done nitrous, just like, pretty nuts, pretty upside downsville. What do you do? How you gonna do it? Cool. Gosh, so many pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, stage of planting the seeds of what you would like to see come to be. November feels like a very interesting month, I gotta say. Very cool. I am into it. I enjoy it. I like it. What is that? Something. By the way, I have to whisper because someone's at the door, I think, dropping something off. A DoorDash person 100% stole a thing of Halloween candy and then tried to pretend like they didn't, like I was here. And I was like, it was like 2 minutes before I got there. And they had taken a picture and they must have taken it back. I don't know if they were hungry. I don't know what was going on. But they took the candy. I know they took the candy. So DoorDash refunded me my money. That's not the point. It's just like, yo, what are you doing? Like, how do you think you're not going to get caught? Eventually, living this game of stealing. Also, who's stealing fucking Halloween candy? The fuck is that bullshit about? Anyway, back to the reading. Nice little side quest in there. Seven of Pentacles, it is literally just planting the seeds, this is more of like the producer role. You're actually created it. Drift off to sleep now. Be curious to see what the advice. I'm curious to see what the advice card is here. Really interesting. Three of Wands, amazing. Like planning, gazing, looking into the future of what it is that you want to see before you. Wow, November feeling like a lot different in terms of shift. And you could be like, how do you know this is November? You set the intention, you ask the question. That's all. It's how you interpret it. It's how you ask. That's it. That's really the whole name of the game here. But Three of Wands is a great card for kind of manifestation creation. Looking out, visualizing what you would like to see before you. Really good. Really good. External situations. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune upside down, right? Reverse. Things could, again, it's like the world reverse, like just totally flippy floppy. Anubis on top, underworld themes coming to the top, darkness, shadow stuff. Definitely could be issues with health or money, abundance. I say that as I literally cough. Fuck you, Tara. Why you do this? It's me. It's okay. But yeah, totally a vibe. The World reversed and the Wheel of Fortune reversed, both external cards, right? Consciousness, outward consciousness, objective reality, and then the external situations. Totally upside down shit. That's okay. I still maintain that persistence is the best course for this type of stuff. Hopes and fears. The High Priestess reversed, right? So we want this to feel aligned with our intuition, and our fears are that it may not. That maybe we're deluding ourselves. Maybe this is not meant for us. Whatever it is the focus of your life, the theme of your life right now. Maybe it's just not meant for you. Maybe it's not cosmic timing, divine timing. It's the fear. The hope is, and obviously this is a choice. Just because it's reversed here doesn't mean it's bad. But it may be that you, again, may be dealing with themes of kind of shadow and resistance and integration and acceptance. Right, you may be dealing with those themes as kind of the dominant. It's like there's two sides to the coin here. You may be dealing with the same coin, maybe dealing with kind of the shadow aspects of that. But still, like a very powerful, like subconscious, feminine, intuitive way of looking at things. Pretty amazing. Pretty fucking cool reading. And let's look at outcome. Holy shit, Devil reverse. All right, that's a weird one. Devil reversed is a doozy to end what has been pretty dope ass reading, I gotta say, in terms of like a blueprint for creation. We're gonna ask for a clarity card on top of that, because that one's like Devil reversed is like it can be getting stuck in the throes of addiction or negative self-inflicting kind of patterns, feeling stuck in some way, feeling bound to something. It's interesting that that's the outcome card. Can we get some clarity on that? What a fucking doom gloom. Maybe it's just Halloween night shit. It's not bad. There's a unity to it. It's the intermingling of six. Devil card gets a bad rep. All right, let me also say that. It's not just like, ooh, devil, you're in for deep shit. It's cool. It's transformative. It is not a bad thing, but it's an interesting card. Yeah, Seven of Wands, defending a position, Chariot, and Balance. Yeah, this feels like weirdly kind of like kind of a validation of dealing into like shadow themes, right? Dealing kind of with the darkness. This also makes sense. I think we had like a Scorpio new moon, which was a very interesting kind of regenerative, death, karma, surrendering to versions of yourself type stuff. Now, if someone steals another order that I just got, because I did just get another order, then I won't blame the DoorDash person. But until then, I stand by that the DoorDash person stole some shit. I gotta know. I'm gonna check after this episode. Swear to God, someone steals my fucking Instacart. What does the world come to? This isn't trick or treat. Take your fucking whole bag of Halloween candy. It's crazy. Anyway, devil theme here with the Chariot and the Seven of Wands. This is just the price you have to pay, is me dealing with my regular life shit on this podcast. Oh, I almost forgot before we get to the outcome card. Dolphins. What most stressful team to root for in the entire NFL is not even a question. Go down 2 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes of fucking Lions. The Lions are 1-5. The Lions are truly terrible. I love Dan Campbell. I think he's a great guy. I'm glad they did Hard Knocks on him. He used to be the Dolphins interim coach. Cool guy, rah guy. Their team sucks balls. They're not even that hurt. They're just like a shit fucking team, right? So they suck. We go down 2 touchdowns. Looks like we're going to lose. Tyreek Hill has to have 1 million catches for 1 million yards. Waddle's fucking amazing. Tua's great. Looks amazing. This team, though, man, we're 5-3. It feels like the worst 5-3 ever. Jets suck, by the way. You lost to the Patriots. What's the matter with you? Dorks. Zach Wilson, literally, the Jets cannot pick a quarterback. Their curse in life is to always have a terrible quarterback. Why? I don't know. It's just the laws of the universe. Universe? Yes, universe. Anyway, go Dolphins. We play the Bears. The Bears was losing the ability. It might be a stroke. Losing the ability to speak here. We play the Bears. We should beat the Bears. Bears are no good. Justin Fields, he can run, though. Just spy him. Put Duke Riley on him. Put a linebacker on him. Have Javon Holland up in the box. We'll be good. He can't throw the ball. He literally can't throw the ball. I know. He's my fantasy quarterback. He gets 1 million points. He runs. He scores touchdowns. He played a good game this last week. But anyway, Dolphins should beat them. 6-3 feels a lot better than 5-4. I'll tell you that. This league sucks. Anyone can win it. Eagles are good. Everyone else kind of sucks. That's my take on the NFL. Thank you for listening to my NFL podcast. Da-da-da-da. All right, let's get back to the devil card. I have to do it. I have to get it out somewhere. No one listens to me. My family and friends won't listen to me on this. So it's a miserable existence to be a Dolphins fan. This podcast only exists for me to get my Dolphins rage out. So please allow me to do that. Okay, devil card being bound to something. 7 of Wands, kind of defending a position there. The Chariot, that balance to kind of see through the good of this process, or the utilitarian, is worth going through this process, is what I'm trying to say. So again, to recap November, things feeling a little upside downsy. You're going to feel and maybe perceive things like that. But deep inner work, expect collaboration in the future. Really, really start to think clearly about what you want your life to look like and how you want to feel. And assume you are that person, of course, but just really get clear, crystal clear on that goal. Could be some shadow themes, especially towards the end of the month. It feels like that could definitely be the place for that. It's okay. It's all good. Doesn't mean bad. Just feels like there's also eclipse happen. It's just that time of the year. Sun gets less in the northern hemisphere. It's just something that happens. It's all good in the hood. I think we're going to have a very positive running in. 2023 going to start. 2023 going to be a good year. But I think by the end of 2023, we'll be like, you know what? All right, I can see this thing is going in the right direction. Admittedly, past few years, Bazang is crazy. I had also great times the past few years. I'm not even any way admonishing. Great transformational, good stuff. But we've definitely hit an adjustment period. A lot of people are like, whoa, what's going on? Four-non blondes. The fuck is happening? Anyway, that's this week's episode. I can't do a long one. I'm not dying, but I feel like I have the eternal cold. Stop it. Reality. If I can get over this cold, the next, let's put a benchmark. Mid-November, I'm going to sound perfect. Why mid-November? I want to give myself some grace period. I want to really sit in this, get a feel. I'm done. Can I tell you how done I am? So much congestion. Why? Why is this the reality? I choose different reality. I don't want this to happen. I want something else to happen when we get sick. Physically experiencing it as discomfort is for the birds. Over it. Body's cool. So just be on a ketamine binge forever. Just dissociate from my medical issues. I cannot imagine a worse feeling than feeling like really sick and doing ketamine. That sounds like truly the worst possible. Maybe it's great. Maybe I'm wrong. But that echo and reverberating through nonlinear time and space, that don't feel well. I don't think so. So don't do it in your everyday life. I'm going to drink some tea. I'm going to stay hydrated. Oh, I got an effervescent drink. Let's hope the DoorDash and the Instacart person didn't pull a DoorDash and steal my... Who steals fucking Halloween candy? Who the fuck does that? It's not cool. If you want more content, if you want more yakking, you want some episodos with guests, sign up for the Patreon. That's the place to be. You get access to the Discord. Just ask for it because it expires, the link. So if you go in there and you're like, where's the Discord? It doesn't work. What is this scam bullshit? Just ask. I'll post it. You should just hire someone to post it every 7 days. I love you. I will see you next week. November is going to be nuts, it seems like, but a very transformative, impactful time. Just want to reiterate that it feels like an overall positive month for transformation. I think we'll get some real movement going on. Feels like it. Mars hitting retrogrades, maybe some slowdown in some areas of your life, potentially in relationships, okay? I don't know. I'm going to go check this Halloween candy. Hopefully it came, so I'm at the bad house with no Halloween candy. Bye-bye.